All right, we're live right now. We're just going off the dome, off the top, being real because that's about all we got here. Anyways, I'm Caroline, Lady Fantastic. To my right,
Left.
leftish, it's inverted. I'm using my right hand to point left. Is Dan Delatorre, and to the south is Rob Worst. And hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing just great. It's always a pleasure to be on this show.
Ditto. Rob?
I did a little driving. I planned on going to Tate's Comics up in Broward County for 2 long boxes. Just 2 long boxes. That didn't work out so well. You'll see why tonight.
So yeah, kind of same here. Every Friday, my local comic shop puts out new books in the 50-cent bin section. And today was a very, very good day for the 50-cent bin gods.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got 20 books and 20 books, and then I got one new book. I didn't pick it up this Wednesday, but I liked it so much that I went back and I got it. And so it was the Asian American Appreciation or AAPI Heritage Month.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I love the Wave. Is that her name? Wave? Or I can't remember. It's the Agents of Atlas, new agent of Atlas.
Airwave or something.
Yeah, she's from the Philippines, and she can control like the local weather. And she in that little island that she lives, she's like worshipped as one of the goddesses or something because she can control the weather. So, anyways, all right, man. So that's I'm just saying that's what I'm working with.
Yeah.
So, anyways, who wants to start this party off?
If you don't mind, let's talk about the bombshell that dropped in the comic community. I've never seen such an uproar with the CGC announcement. I mean, journos, comic book kingpins, Swagglehoss, who else? David from Comic Book Collector. All those had emergency shows. They weren't scheduled because they had to talk about it. So if you don't mind, I want to get you guys' take on this thing. I'll start here.
I've been hearing about it, and they're taking off some of the graders notes, and those graders notes are there essentially to help the buyer, especially in a hot button situation like at a comic book convention. You don't have time to look up graders notes, and if it's not there right there on the book, like detached cover or detached staple, that's going to influence you, and you go, well, somebody might get it behind me, so yeah, I'll buy that. And then you look up the grader's notes as you get home, and oh no, detached cover. So go ahead.
Well, I had said over a year ago on the Newbie Show that, in fact, it was the very first time I was on YouTube, and I said regarding CGC, it's always a mistake to rely on one company and one company alone for your products or services, because if something happens to that company, what do you do? Now we are in that spot, and I was predicting that CGC is going to make mistakes because let's look at where they started from. In the year 2000, they had a great idea. Produce a slab comic. I've got one right here, and this is their third or fourth generation. They're absolutely gorgeous. But the thing is that, oh, by the way, this not the other one I showed on the last time I was on your show. This is Hulk 104. I love this cover, Marie Severin art. But this is the very first slab I ever got. When I got it, I thought, God, this is gorgeous. Look at this, how it's beautifully presented, and what's the stuff on the top here. I didn't know about grading and all that. But then, of course, I learned about what that was all about. But the thing is that their CGC came up with a great idea. They dominated the market that they had created for themselves and ruled for the better part of 20 years. But the biggest reason why they ruled was not just because of the beautiful presentation, because you can count on what was in it. And their quality was top notch. That's not true anymore. They started dealing with something that many successful companies have, and that's growing pains. They had too many books, and instead of leveling with their customers and said, hey, guys, I appreciate the work. We're way behind. It's going to, instead of 3 months, it's now 6 months. That's just the way it is. I would have understood that. I think the community would have understood that, because you don't want to lose the quality that got you to where you are in the first place. They didn't do that. They started rushing things, and the customer started to see mistake after mistake after mistake. And then they got an influx of money from a company called Blackstone last year. It was several billion, I think it was. I forget what the number was. And we thought, great. Now with this new influx of cash, they can expand, do what you're supposed to do. Either, what's the old saying, expand or die. I called them about 3 years ago and I said, look, my suggestion to you is, you're in Florida, come to have a West Coast edition, have a Central Coast edition, maybe even one in Canada. They said, absolutely not. They don't want to leave Florida. That was mistake number one. Two, this was with a coupling with all the mistakes they've had. When this bombshell was dropped on Wednesday, I equated this to the Coca-Cola company several decades ago when they introduced the new Coke. They had a product that worked, everyone knew it worldwide, and then they created something else which was totally rejected. Now the problem is, unless they reverse course with this, as a consumer, I've never sent a raw copy to CGC. Now I won't. I'm not going to. And now I don't want to buy a comic that is produced from in 2020 on, because one, I can't trust it. So now what do we do that CGC, which was the top by far slabbing company in the country, what do we do without them?
Go to CBCS.
Or PGX. Well, maybe not.
Well, no, I'm stunned PGX is still in business.
Especially after their scandal a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I got a text from my buddy who's a big FF collector, and a lot of his, premier earlier FFs are slabbed. He was pissed because, not knowing if you had pages missing or a Marvel value stamp missing, not having that information, he said he would feel pissed and feel cheated if he cracked it and it wasn't there and it didn't say anything. And I think that's the whole thing, is that there's a dishonesty about it. Like, if you're not going to have it on the actual slab itself, then you at least need to have the serial number, and it need to be logged online whenever they enter it into whatever repository, and it needs to have that information. It cannot be omitted. And I think that's where the dishonesty, it just seems a bit dishonest. But otherwise, I don't give a shit because I don't do it.
Well, I think Drew from Cuomo Comics had the best comment. He posted it on his IG that if they're gonna give away the Graders notes for free, why not post it on the back? There's plenty of room on the back of the slab to produce whatever you want in this area here. Why not just go ahead and do that?
There's no reason not to.
So my biggest issue is there's things that you can clearly see on a comic cover. I have a First Spectre back there, not the more fun comics 52, but the more recent one in Showcase, and there's tape on the cover. You can clearly see that. You can clearly see lamination on the cover here. You might not at first glance, but if you get a little bit close, you can tell. You'll be able to tell if there is a chunk missing off of a cover. But when it comes to rusty staples, when it comes to a detached cover or detached folio or centerfold, or a missing portion of the interior, whether it's a stamp or a writing, mutilation, or married cover, married pages, whatever it might be, those are things on the interior that, while you might not crack it open to look at it, you should know about it if you're buying it. It's no different than buying a car and taking it in for inspection. Buying a house, sometimes these comics are worth a goddamn house.
Yeah.
If you're going to be doing that, you want to know about the leaky pipes and the damaged roof that needs to be repaired, because maybe I need to look elsewhere.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. We are. So look, I'm going to be a little selfish tonight, and I'm going to say ladies first. And I'm going to show you guys what I got at the 50-cent bin, in the 50-cent bin today. And technically, I'm bumping it up they're 49 cents. So every Friday at my LCS, they re-up or refresh the 49-cent bin comics. And they had a really nice selection today. And so I was very pleased. And here are my pickings. Am I breaking up at all, you guys?
Oh, you're good.
You were for a bit. Now it's clearing up.
Okay, because on my computer it's saying the digital signal is showing that it's weak. So apologies if I do. I don't know what else to do.
You're okay at the moment. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. So
Although I'd say, Dan, try and unplug your mic and plug it back in because I'm hearing popping.
All right, let me do that.
50-cent bins. Spider-Man 2, number 2. This isn't a 50-cent bin, dude. Gonna get it. Gonna get it.
That's one I'm missing. If you are willing to say.
Spidey number 1. Like the little they're ridiculously cheap. I can find them ridiculously cheap here in Nashville. But Spidey 1, 50-cent bin. King Thor number 3. I'm gonna pick that. This is like new condition. 49 cents, y'all. Issues 3 and 4. Totally in. And they had doubles of it. But I chose not to be indulgent. I also picked up Kirby Super Powers number 1. 1994.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. Oh, this is Jack Kirby.
Nice.
On the cover. He did this. Joker, Penguin, Disciples of Doom, Lex Luthor. So that's some good stuff. This wasn't the 50-cent bin.
Wow.
Issue 256.
Hey, $20 for mine.
Oh, this was 50 cents. This is a first what's her name?
Sabra.
Sabra. Yeah. So 50 cent. What the heck? I found this in the 50-cent bin today. They were so good. Oh my god. One of my favorite books.
Oh, that's great.
I'll always file this away, baby. You paid $5 trillion. They had an Incredible Hulk 600 variant. This is a wraparound variant. Really awesome. And then they also had Hey Quinky and Big Remo. Oh no, look at this. This was in the 50-cent bin, bro.
Wow.
Alex Ross, issue 600, Incredible Hulk. Yeah, boy. Not finished yet. This one's to the Red Hulk series, and I'd been needing this one, issue 27. Now I know why it's so hard to find, because it's Namor.
Nice.
Him in the face, and that's why it's so bad. But $3.90. Look at how bad that is. So it's issue 27. So glad to get this gap filled. It was a hard one to find. This one in the 49-cent bin. Silver Surfer 25, giant size spectacular.
His second series was an underappreciated run. It really was.
Yeah.
So much Ron Lim.
Right up until issue 34.
And then I also picked this up. They had this for 49 cents. The Atlantis Attacks. Part of that storyline, which is a really cool storyline. So this is annual 2. Yeah, Silver Surfer annual 2. And thanks everybody for stopping by. All 10 of y'all. Woo woo. I'm showing y'all 50-cent bin goodness. I had this in my LCS's 50-cent bin today, and I was just like thanking the comic gods. So yeah, this is basically new, a $5 book. I'll take it for 49 cents.
I will buy that Spider-Man 2 issue 2 from you. Is the only one I need.
Was it issue 2 or 3 that I had?
Issue 2. Oh wait, you had issue 3. Yeah, this is the one you had.
Yeah, you can have it.
No, I need a 2.
Oh, sorry. I love Ilyana Rasputin, aka Magic, and so anytime there are issues or covers that have her looking bad butt, on it, for 49 cents. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Collecting Chaos. Appreciate everybody for swinging by. Look at this. Another 50-cent one. Boom. Spectacular Spider-Man, where we got Ben Reilly versus Peter Parker. Come on, man. Isn't that cool?
It's a great cover.
All day. And check this out, man. You're really going to dig these 49 centers. Bump, bump, bump.
Oh, yes. I don't have. That's one I need.
Look at this printing error. Look at how far up. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that wild? So 49 center. This is a I want to say it's a Puerto Rican superhero. Is it Nighthawk? Or Cuban? I want to say he was
Nighthawk. No.
Was he no.
No.
Maybe I'm
no. He was a longtime defender.
Okay. I don't know. I'm thinking of a different color then.
And Squadron Supreme.
Okay. Sorry. They had issue 78.
Another nice one. Yeah.
Yeah, and really nice shape too. Claws of the Griffin. And so this guy's the Griffin, clearly, and then this is our Wonder Man. Boom. And Vision was like a copy of Wonder Man.
Yes.
89. I love Kirk Wagner. Nightcrawler. He's an excellent character.
Those Marvel team-ups and the Marvel 2-in-1s with the Thing always having a guest appearance, those were always fun.
I know. They are fun. And he's from Chicago. He was hit by Cubs baseball and gained his superpower. Oh, okay. Look at this, man. This is so cool. 50-cent Ben. Mighty Avengers #1 friggin' Lego.
That's great.
Are you kidding me?
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Hilarious. And then the last two, Miss Marvel, #5. Love it. Love me some Kamala. And then this one I did not have, which I was glad to find. And I'll take it any day. Boom. Issue 28. So I'm working on this run. It's like a 38 issue run.
When is her series starting up on Disney Plus, or has it started already?
June 5th.
June 5th. Okay. It's on its way. All right.
All right. So I got to be selfish. And then here's my one new one. Which is, just the Moon Knight variant. And I got it because it was the I love the Asian American Pacific Islander variants. That art's killer. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but thank you for your patience in looking at my books. We are now going to go to Dan Della Torre.
I just grabbed a box. I don't know what's in it.
We don't care.
Okay.
We love it.
So forgive me if I've shown these already.
It's fine.
The Captain America Annual #8. Always love that cover.
Mike Zeck on Captain America.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Oh my gosh.
Paid cover price $1.25.
Oh,
pays a bit old collector. And this is speaking of CGC. I always buy. I don't know why. I just developed a habit. Even as a kid, I would buy more than one copy, just because. So I got a bunch of Defenders 4s.
Oh.
And the reader's copy, some decent copies. These are not all of them. I got more elsewhere. But one problem I had was with the CGC. They just said a Valkyrie appearance. Anyone who knows the storyline, this is her actual first appearance as the Brunhilde Valkyrie.
Yes.
So this adds to the frustrations of CGC not being accurate with their description. That's still an underrated book, by the way.
I got mine from Rob Worst. He sent me that. I think it was a birthday present or a Christmas present.
Pays to have friends in high places.
I know.
Just some stuff I've always I've collected over the years. This is Tales to Astonish 67. Good old Giant Man, and these are just great old classic covers here. This one's in really nice shape. These are also unloved for the longest time, and like everything else, they're all super expensive. This is my other one. I told you I had 3 of these. This is one of the ones. Is the Silver Surfer 4. It's got a little problem with the square bound issue here, but the cover still presents really, really well.
He's a looker.
Yeah. Couple more. The classic Maurice Severin Hulk in the early days was great. This is the first missing link. The stories were just dynamite, and I used to just buy these by the bundle. You'd go to eBay and buy a lot, and you're lucky to get a couple nice ones because they were really inexpensive. This is when Cap joins Iron Man in Tales of Suspense 59. It's a pretty decent grade copy. This one I showed you. You've already seen this one. This is, by the way, get your hands on this one. It's really inexpensive, a fun read, and there's a bunch of fun stuff on the back of this particular Giant Size Superstars #1. It's Thing versus Hulk, and you know what? I won't say anything. You just get it. It's worth it. It's worth a few dollars to get this.
Got it.
It's gonna be like one of the one-time thing wins.
I'll just throw out a couple more, then I'll pass it on to Rob. These aren't all that I have. I have more of these Fantastic 412s. This is a great John Buscema battle. These are not all that cheap anymore, but it's still worth getting. And I'll stop with this one here. Good old early Fantastic Four #22. I got this in my LCS. One of them up in Santa Rosa here in the North Bay. God, they were really inexpensive. And again, with no FF movie, nobody wanted them. So I got
love
these
the dialogue on the cover. It's good to have. It's always nice to get some dialogue.
Yes, the early Stanley Jack Kirby Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. He was so sing-songy with his. I really loved the way he wrote back then because it was so gross and sing-songy. It was a little goofy, but I really had an appreciation for it. And it was actual prose. You know what I mean? Like not like four sentences and it's done.
Right.
But whatever. I'm just bitching.
All right, so I got a couple books today, and here we go. I went to Tate's Comics, tried only picking up long boxes. I got 2 long boxes to fill up because I'm dealing with a mutant problem. And my mutant problem is I have too many of them. So they're going into their own separate boxes, so that way it makes room for, full run series. So here we go. I had a hole. I do not have that hole anymore. Defenders #48. It's an early Moon Knight appearance in Defenders.
That was a great series with the who was it? The Zodiac.
Yes,
Zodiac. Yeah, it was a great fun read.
I think it was like the last issue or issue before, and it was like Nick Fury's brother or something?
Was that issue 46?
Yes.
46 or 47? I can never remember.
That's 46. Yeah.
So I picked this up today. It was another Hulk because I really wasn't picking up Totally Awesome Hulk as it was coming out because I was not a big legacy character fan.
Totally Awesome and good run.
My mind has since changed. So I picked up an issue 3 today.
Ooh, nice.
And I have an extra of 4 and then another one. So I got your 4, brother.
Thank you so much. This is the first appearance of Kid Kaiju. He wound up appearing in that Monsters series.
Yeah, what's it called? Monsters Unleashed?
Yeah, I think there were like 2 of them. It wound up going into 11
3 of them. I think there's 3 volumes of Monsters Unleashed. I'm not even playing.
This one here came out a while ago. Somehow it never made it to my FOC. And this is why it's kind of like playing the lottery when you're paying $2.99, it's $2.99 except for Spawn, and I don't show that anymore. So if it's $3.99, $4.99, I want to pick it up, but I missed this one. I got it for $35.
Ooh, yeah, I want that one. Yeah, I want the one with color, not the black and white.
Oh yeah,
the second print one.
Yeah, this is first print. Second print is like $200.
Ooh,
yeah,
it's not cheap.
I don't care.
Yeah,
don't care.
If I see it cheap, I'll get it. But for $100, there's other things I want.
Right.
So
for real.
Here's my mutant problem. This is Deadpool and Mylar. First issue of the series, his very, very, very first limited series, first series period.
Nice.
Like a 9.8. I got it like right back when it came out. This is issue 2. This is the full circle. You'll usually see these in comic shops all banged up all to hell. Not here. For that miniseries.
Okay. Okay.
That's a very fun themed cover.
It is.
You know.
Especially the Anne Churchill one in issue 3, but that's 4. Move on to the next mini-series before they gave him his ongoing, and I'll jump over to Lady. This one's a little dirty, so I could probably clean it up with some absorbing. 2.
Hey, what's up, Jennifer?
Hey, Jen.
Yeah, I love the Juggy just because Juggy's close to my heart.
This is a really cool looking cover. This is Ian Churchill.
Oh. It's not one that I'm very familiar with.
I don't know about the face so much, but I can't really complain when you come to this cover.
Dang, Rob, you're getting Spawn hate.
Hey, if anybody wants Spawn, I have a long box right here filled with nothing but. Goes through the early hundreds, the 100s, 200s, 300s. I have a lot. Deadpool issue 0. This was free back in the day from Wizard. And I remember buying the Wizard that came with it. I wound up giving it away to a friend of mine. Deadpool issue number 1 from the from the regular ongoing series. I do not have an issue 2, but I do have an issue 3. I have a good chunk of this run here, so that's what I'm showing. Jump to issue 5 because I don't have a 4.
I think I have a singular Spawn comic in my cell box because I found it randomly somewhere, but that's it. I just don't do Spawn.
There's nothing wrong with Spawn if you like Spawn. I'm overwhelmed by Spawn, and as you can see, I don't have a lot of room.
We're just riding your ass. That's cool. That's amusing. Yeah, we have to kind of give him a hard time for the Spawns.
Now, I'll stop at issue 11. This is issue 10. This is with the Great Lakes Avengers, right before, Squirrel Girl got involved. Her second appearance. That's not it. This is a good one. I read this in I think it was online, and I just had to get it. This was one of the first issues I got from Deadpool, and I went, yeah, I have to read this shit.
Yeah. And it's a great AF-15 homage.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
All right, over to you, lady.
All right, so this is what I'll do. I have this box where I keep my modern and rando just Avengers books because I have my volume 1 run in the very special place. But I'll show you guys some Avengers that happen to be in my kind of rando box. Y'all, you have 3 issues to Spawn, and all 3 of them have number 9 with Angela. Are any of them newsprints? These Marvel Cinematic Universe guidebooks are super hard to find, but they're really cool. And they kind of just introduce you literally to the movie / characters, but they're not very common. And so if you can find these, you get them and you send them to me. No, but I have some Iron Man, a couple of Iron Man ones. I also have a Guardians of the Galaxy one. I think I got this from the 50-cent bin last week, but it's an Avengers 674 Alex Ross. I'm always going to pick that kind of stuff up. Also, yeah, this the first Iron Fist, but BCI. Here are my West Coast Avengers. I'm trying to put this together. This is a 10-issue run that started in 2018, but it's a little harder to find. So I have issue 1. I don't have issue 2 and 3. Here's issue 4. You're lucky. And you see some characters here. Hey, what's up, Moonlit? And I also had the issue 4 variant with this is almost an exact kind of takeoff or homage to Avengers 239. So, but instead of Dave Letterman, here we have Jimmy Kimmel. So, it's changed. Times are changing. And then issue 7. first West Coast Avengers. It's not the first. It's the first Jeff the Land Shark. Sorry. Hey, thanks everybody for swinging by, and tickle the like button if you want, and if you don't, I'm not gonna force you. You don't have to finish your greens here, and then you can stay at past your bedtime. This is issue 8, so it's a really cool West Coast Avengers. Don't have issue 9, but I'm doing a trade with Marshall Warpath, and he's a cool dude from Colorado, and he's hooking me up with a copy. And then I have issue 10, which I think is the final issue. And here is a Secret Avengers 1. These are just some, like I said, some rando Avengers titles that I keep in my kind of, thank you, Silver Knight, for tickling the button, that I keep in my little box. So these are my moderns. Yeah, because I'm really trying to get issues 100 through 200 of Avengers Volume 1, and I'm getting really close. Avengers World #1. This one I recommend to everyone. Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers. Incursions out the wazoo. You will learn to know the incursion. You will be the incursion. You will feel the incursion. All things incursions. Issue 2, and then here's the Hickman's Avengers. So you saw I showed you New Avengers. This is the Avengers. Kind of ran at the same time. Don't have issue 2, but I have issue 3. This is maybe a Mark Brooks. This might be Mark Brooks. It's a variant. It's a 1 through 50 variant. Pretty sure, and it's Burr Pretty. So for Burr Pretty.
That was a 50 center, or sorry, 49 center.
No. This is from my Avengers chunk now. But I'm pretty sure I ordered this for less than $5 on eBay. You guys will be surprised of what the things you can find. This I have issue 4. I'm a big second prints hunter, so I have issue 4 second print and issue 5 second print
with Smasher.
I'm a big child, and just I don't know. Issue 34.1 of Avengers, and then this one. This is the last one I'm going to show y'all of this, but it's from it's New Avengers 24 and Avengers 35 variant.
Oh, that's nice.
Incursion. That's fucking incursion. I was kidding. This is what it's like when worlds collide. This is what it's like. So you see all these different iterations of characters, and yeah, shit's kind of hit the fan. Anyways, all right, that's my chunkage. And we'll go to Mr. Dan.
I recognize that's a Power Man 5000 song, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. I had a hard rock phase for a while. It was some gal I dated in Petaluma. She got turned me on the hard rock. I'm like, what is this? It started to grow on me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Then she was dragging me all these concerts and all that. So anyway, in no particular order. And again, I'm an older collector, so this is just stuff I've had. First Firelord, Thor 225. Yeah.
So jealous.
Yeah. Cover price again.
Covet my neighbor's Firelord.
These are, is it one or two of these? No, just one of these. This is Pre-Defenders, Submariner 22, Doctor Strange, and this is actually the second time they teamed up. The first, well, not teamed up, but the second meeting. The first one was Fantastic Four 29, I think.
Yeah, that was his first cover appearance.
Yeah, that's right.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah. He doesn't make a couple. He makes like a head appearance later on in Strange Tales, like what, 12 or 13, but he doesn't appear full body until that Fantastic Four issue.
And I forget the significance of this. It was Swagglehouse who said this. There's something to this. I got this for next to nothing. I got it in a bundle, giant size Fantastic Four #2, and I will remember what it was maybe later on. Yeah, these are all in no particular order.
Big Remo says that he lives in Milpitas, or I don't know how you pronounce that.
Milpitas, yeah, it's a city in between Oakland and San Jose. It's a goofy sounding city, but being a Bay Area native, you're used to it. This one was, I just grabbed it because it was a gorgeous photo cover from the early 60s, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That is, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on all these names so all of a sudden. That is, I'll remember his name too. He's an old actor. He's still alive. But I just loved it just because it didn't cost a whole lot and it was in great shape. And these are a couple Strange Tales issues. This is early Doctor Strange and Barrymorto, and the Thing and the Human Torch meet the Beatles.
They're ugly. They are ugly.
Well, that was the early '60s hairdo at the time. So what's this?
Got those Beetle mop tops.
Another early underappreciated run with the Strange Tales 133.
I love that dark blue or purple kind of hue.
Yeah. They did a few of those.
The divided cover of 2 stories.
And we're saying, sure, like the paint may be radioactive or have lead in it, but it's beautiful.
And like Rob said, this is Strange Tales, what is it, 118? Look at the tiny little, image they gave of Doctor Strange at the very, very bottom.
Okay. First time.
Yeah, they didn't really give him a whole lot of accolades until later on. Oh, I love this story, by the way. Get your hands, if you can, on Iron Man 149 and 150. Just a dynamite story all the way across. Bob Blake Net is best.
150 is already like so almost out of range for me.
That's too bad. This is another one.
And if you read Infamous Iron Man, you need to read those.
Okay. Lady Fantastic, I know you have this one because you've displayed it before. Defenders 10. Another great copy.
Yes.
Great. You still have your copy?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, don't lose it.
No. I'm not getting rid of any of my Defenders. I only need issue 17 and I'll have like 1 through 24, I'm pretty sure.
This is a personal favorite of mine. Defender 6. This is the first appearance of Cirrus Black. Now, he's only appeared in a couple of issues, but in this particular issue here, he becomes, even before he gains this power here, he has sort of a dream power, but he was so powerful with the spell that he cast around Doctor Strange's sanctum, it took the power of the Silver Surfer to break through it. He has to basically go up into space, come down, and crash through it. So he clearly has stepped up his game. I'd love this character. I'm hoping he makes an appearance in a future Doctor Strange movie or something. But anyway, it's one of those personal favorites that it's no one's really going to know anything about this character. But I have a soft spot for this one character. So
Silver Knight Kyle also says that it's his favorite Iron Man story ever in reference to the 150.
Yeah, it was outstanding. That's what I got. That's it for now. Yeah.
So now we're going to go to Mr. Rob.
Right. Are we showing these in 3 chunks? Because I can break this up in half.
If you guys want, Dan, are you down for doing one more round of chunkage, or are we?
I could. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
So we'll do one more round after this. So Rob, you're going last. You're the last person, right?
Yeah. All I'm doing is just showing Deadpool from the first ongoing.
So do this and then
13. Keep talking. Go ahead. I'm just showing random issues of this at this point. It's all
I said bust it up into a couple chunks. So we'll do one more round after you show this.
This is the first appearance of Ajax that you saw in the movie. I mean, really, who has a name?
Yeah, Strange 130. So what was what was the first one? Strange, was it 129 or the first Dormammu? Was that one?
126. I have that one. And Clea was also that.
Okay.
I really need to pick up all those Strange Tales that you have because I have a really good run.
I'm still excited, dude. I got some of the coolest books for 50 cents today.
I'm happy for you. You always get great deals whenever you go out there.
Not always.
Not always, but more often than not. Me, out of everything I picked up today, which most of what I picked up was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that aren't even bagged and boarded yet, because now I'm down to like maybe 5 or 6 issues and I'm done. And by that, I only mean the volume, the ID book, not first run from a lot.
All right, let me pick out. I'm gonna try to pick out what final chunkage I'll show y'all.
Issue 26. This is the first appearance of the wife of Deadpool. It was very short-lived. Wolverine versus Deadpool. And hey, gotta look at that. That's Dr. Bong. You recognize
Bong.
not the same thing as a bong, but
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, yeah.
Bong.
I love that character. They used him in which one?
Not
One of
Dr.
the crossovers.
Bong, but Dr.
Siege, maybe.
Oops.
Now this is only like a 67, I think, issue run, so we'll just get it up to about. There's a major jump because it goes from 29. This is so annoying. To 41. So I'm missing
a bit of a chunk, yeah.
Only like 12, 13 issues.
It's not bad, but I have most of the whole rest of the series. I'm missing the 42. 42 is the G.I. Joe.
Howard the Duck supervillain, exactly.
Out of 44.
Is it Dr. Bong or just the Bong?
I think it's Dr. Bong.
Maybe that just sounds right.
The Black Panther cover that has a tie-in with, I think, the issue 20.
That's badass. I bet you that goes for a lot.
It's about $30.
I love that cover. I love that cover.
It's a great cover.
This one will be on the rise.
I knew he was a doctor.
Titania.
Yeah.
Taken off her mask.
Wow. Little melty face, Titania.
Kind of pretty-ish.
That's a newbie cover.
That looks like the Victoria Spice, the Posh Spice. Reminded me of Posh Spice. Cool.
And I'll stop at issue 49.
Crotch shot.
Yep. Get in there. He's not wearing his brown pants today. This is the first cameo appearance of the Mercy Sisters.
Charlie's Angel.
The next issue is issue 50, but I'll pick that up when I end.
All right, y'all. This is the last round. It's the final countdown. Brando Avengers that I consider like modern, which is anything that's not Volume 1 Avengers. So we've got the Terminatrix objective. Out of time. So it was hot for a minute, and now I think it's back to like a little 2-center. But I still like it.
At one point, and now maybe 15, 20 still.
I love it, and
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. The Terminatrix objective. It's about the time, like the Time Force variant, authority, blah blah blah. Great Lakes Avengers Misassembled. Y'all, this is good stuff, and this is the second appearance of Squirrel Girl.
First cover appearance.
No, it's not the first cover.
Oh, no?
This is issue number 2. This is a 4-part series. You're getting ready. This is the first cover appearance of Squirrel Girl.
There you go.
Yes.
And it's like a cover price book. Get it now while you can.
Wow.
And then here's her outline, issue 4, and her little comrades outline. But and then this is Avengers Disassembled. So this is leading into the House of M. And these are some good stories. Brian Michael Bendis. Look.
It's the start of his reign.
He wrote a lot of good shit at Marvel. Now, I cannot attest to all the crummy stuff that he wrote because apparently it was all at DC. But with Marvel, I loved House of M. I loved Avengers Disassembled. There's not much he did that I didn't like for Marvel. Avengers No More Bullying variant. And I love these No More Bullying books. I just think they're cool. And like, it's true. Superheroes aren't dicks.
That's a sweet cover. That's a very sweet cover.
Only Superman's a dick.
Yeah. So, anyways. And then I have this awesome Avengers, Avengers 57 homage.
Right. Wow.
First the Vision, but it's a Mary Jane variant. So I thought that was fun. And then I also have this is for one of the runs, Avengers 12, where Tony Stark gets the Infinity Gauntlet.
Mm.
First time.
Pretty rad book. Also have Avengers Forever, issue 1. And this is good stuff. I also have issue 3 of Avengers Forever, which I need to get the whole run of that.
Mhm.
But that is a nice Kang versus Immortus kind of dealio. Or Ramatut. I don't know. One of those dudes.
Yeah, that's Immortus.
Okay, it's Immortus. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's Ramatut behind. Yeah, this is looking like Ramatut right here.
Yeah.
Nice, Alex Ross.
But this isn't a beautiful, yeah, all these different iterations of Kang throughout the I guess universe and time.
That came out last year, didn't it? Because I have that cover.
No.
Is it
2017, 18?
Okay.
No, more like 2007.
Oh, well, are you sure?
This is the Mark Waid run.
I believe it.
Like, no.
God, no, because I started buying. I haven't bought in 25 years. I bought last year, and did they do a second print of that?
They did an Avengers run last year, but this, I promise you, this is not from the Avengers run from last year or even a couple of years ago.
I believe you. I'm just trying to figure out. Now it's going to make me dig through my collection. I'll have it next time I'm on your show.
The one where you saw the Incursion Remo, the Incursion variants was a new Avengers 24 and then a regular Avengers 35, but they were both Hickman runs.
Okay.
This is issue 49 Avengers. I just, I like my Kang covers, and I started collecting Kang covers for some reason because I'm a dingus. But this Season's Beatings.
I need to get that.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I love that. And this Citizen Kane run is what I tried to bully Rob into getting. But it's for your own good, damn it. It's like all these different annuals through the different titles, but it is a Kang-based storyline.
Working on it bit by bit.
Oh, I've got that. That's nice. That was a good one.
Yeah. And then we've got the Fantastic Four.
I did not have that one.
Yep. And then part 4 ends in Avengers. So there we have it.
You took them all out of the bags, right? I did with all
I did. None of mine came in the bag. But and then here, I think I found this in a 50-cent bin or something. A Doctor Doom, number 6. He's fighting Kane. I don't care. Maybe I don't have I think I have a number 1 of this, actually. I do have a Doctor Doom number 1, so I could put it with that. And then I love these Infinity Wars, the new one, and the Infinity Warps. It was basically a mashup of characters, and they did a mashup of Kamala Khan and Kang, and it was Kamala Kang, and that's her on the cover. So that's like, yeah, the Kang Miss Marvel mashup, Kamala Kang cover. So I want to get that one. And then here's another one with Kamala Kang on the cover, right there. So anyways, what they did here, that is white, it's the White Queen and like Wolverine, and so it ended up being Diamond Patch. That's his name. Diamond Patch, yeah. So because he's got diamond claws that if he stabs you with it, he can read your mind like White Queen or whatever. But it's Wolverine.
Now, who's Kamala Kang in this? Because again, I haven't read it in 25 years. Is that who was it from the Loki show? She tries. Is that what's her name?
So this is not a character that's been in anything yet. Only comics.
Okay.
Only comics, and she's a mashup. She's a mashup between Kang and Kamala Khan. So instead of Kamala Khan, she's Kamala Kang.
I love it.
Marvel with the power of Kang.
So is she was she a merger of two characters, or is she a Kang variant?
Well, I guess she could be considered a variant. I'm not exactly how sure they define her in that, but they may do that. But this is in alternate universes.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
okay,
is
all right.
yeah, this is kind of like a Infinity Wars or Warps. It was just this weird character mashup where they mashed everybody up in there from different worlds, and it was just kind of a you know like the lottery machines that have like the fruit and the three different pieces of fruit, and you got to line it was like that.
Okay, that's interesting. All right.
Yeah, but it was fun. That's why I liked it.
Right.
But anyways, okay, that was my last chunk. Sorry for rattling on. I'm a
Oh,
big
good.
child.
They were hoping that one of them would pop.
And
See-
and you're right aggressively. Squirrel Girl does eat nuts and kicks butts.
Yeah. Okay, in no particular order here. Fantastic Four 62, First Blastar. This one I got really cheap at my LCS. Again, no love for the Fantastic Four at the time when I got this. This one actually is pretty decent shape. I need to take better care of this Fantastic Four 25. Pretty good condition. This is what we were talking about earlier. This is the Doctor Strange meeting first. This is pre-Defenders. This is the very, very first Defenders connection, if you will. Fantastic Four 27.
Schomburg-like Submariner.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I would agree.
More nymph-like, and I really love that.
And this one, because of the black cover, it's absolutely gorgeous. Daredevil 43, Cap and Daredevil. That if I was going to get anything slabbed, it would have been something like this. But thanks CGC, I'm not going to do that anymore. Another personal favorite character, X-Men 31, First Cobalt Man. Love this guy. And this is sort of like you've seen Fantastic Four 5. This is sort of the Doctor Doom's perspective. Fantastic Four 23. The FF are in this container.
From his side.
Correct. Yeah.
No
so that's kind of cool, actually.
I was never aware of that until I was this many minutes and days and years old.
Second appearance of the Cosmic Cube, which they called the Tesseract in the modern films.
Love that date stamp.
Yeah, I love the date. Those are pretty cool. And I got a couple of these here. Now, these are the ones that are. This is the first leader. First appearance of the leader. And I've got three of them. And what you got to look for is there's a pinup page on some of these, not all of them. And I can't figure out why some had them and some didn't. All three of these have the pinup page.
I won from you.
Just a few more. Like I said, I buy multiples. This is a beautiful cover, and that's Strange Tales 125. Thing and Submariner are always going at it, so I got
excellent shape. That first one is
they are really pretty. So I've sold on 2 mil Mylar. The 4 mil, it's too dangerous, and you can't fold the flap over. And I found that I'm causing harm because if I'm leaving them open, I'm getting Marvel chipping on the top of the comic because it's exposed. So I'm abandoning that. So I got 3 more here. One is Thor 168. Another great connection with Galactus and Odin. I always loved that storyline. This one's you talked about the deep blue on this. This is Tales to Astonish 66, early Hulk. Just a pretty cover. And I'll kind of end it on a bang here. And there's a little story behind it. You talked about the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the first Guardians. And I paid $3.50 for this back in the late 80s. At a place called Comic Relief in Berkeley, which was the best LCS I'd ever seen in my life, because back in the late 80s, that's what this book was worth, $3.50. I never expected them to make a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and so, of course, when they did, well, this sort of went slightly up in value. So,
Dan, were you able to go to that site I sent you and get Mylar?
I haven't looked. I hadn't looked. I'm still working on my supply here, but when I run out, I'll grab more.
Yeah, once you dwindle down, let me know because I can help get you to wherever you need to go within that site, and you can get it for half the cost.
They're brand new?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know. Damn it. I'm sorry. I wish.
Don't be damning yourself. It took me a lot of time just searching the odd, strange, annals of the internet.
Yeah.
But I found a reliable source, and this source was reliable throughout COVID. So
wow, that's great.
And they didn't hike their prices.
Nope.
So that's why.
It's just the current stuff, which you don't have to worry about too much. They tend to run out. That's why we use the other one for the thinner kind.
Right. Yeah.
It's 2 mil. It's 2 mil Mylar, and it's $20 for 50.
Wow. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
half of what I paid. That's
right.
half. Yeah.
$20 for 50. So, and if anybody wants to, know about that, just hit me up on IG. But I can give you
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about this, guys. This is what I got, and I paid $40 for this, thinking I'm doing okay. I was under the assumption that there's a shortage like everything else, and I didn't realize I'm paying double what I should be.
I think there is a shortage, but there are some sources that have not doubled their price.
Okay.
This is a source that remained consistent throughout COVID, and I bought consistently from them for that.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. And they're pretty quick about shipping, right, Rob?
Oh yes. If you're talking about the same company that I just put an order in for 1,000, and if we're talking about the thinner ones for 100, it's $14.99, and if you order by 1,000, 1,000 comes to $112.89.
Collecting Chaos also brings up a good point. If you can buy direct from E. Gerber, those are the people that make the Mylite 2s. That's one of the cheapest ways to get it, is directly from the supplier. But anyways, yeah. You really need to grab some of those. Silver Knight Kyle here. You guys, it's comicskins.com or comicskin.com. So
they're for the 4 mil, and then there's Comic Clear.
Comic Skin is 2 mil Mylar.
So I'm just showing you what I'm going through right now. This is in 4 mil, and I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to be very careful with it, because what happens is when you fold this flap over, it's now a very sharp edge and can damage the comic. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold it back, because I don't care about it. I care more about this comic. But I was totally sold on 4 mil, thinking the thicker is going to be better. But it's quite dangerous, and I'm going to abandon these. So I'm going all to 2 mil.
Yeah, this is OPP, which is the poor man's Mylar, which is biaxially oriented polypropylene, which means it's super clear and it's nicer than regs.
Wow.
And just trust me, damn it.
Wow.
Fullback junkie. What do you mean by fullback? Like it's got the flap?
Oh, he's talking about the boards. Instead of just using regular BCW, they would be like almost 2 or maybe almost 3 boards.
The thicky thick?
Yeah.
I like the thicky thick, but I'm just
Comic Skins.
Yes, Comic Skins are where you can get Mylar, the cheapest, $20 for 50. Go there, endorse them. They have 3 different sizes: current, silver, and gold. Yeah, and it's Mylar. So
yeah.
Anyways, that's all you got, right?
That's all I got.
Okay, cool. And then so now we're going to Mr. Rob, and we're gonna call it a Nizite.
All right, so here we go. This is issue 50 of Deadpool. This is the first appearance of Kid Deadpool. Also the first appearance of the Switchblade sisters.
That's a fun cover.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it's got the whole gang, huh?
It's got everybody. Because he hit 50 issues. You never thought that would happen. Or ever happen again. And it did happen once. Daniel Way's run. This is the first cover of Kid Deadpool. And yeah, it's kind of a parody of First Robin.
Yeah, Detective 35 or 31. What is that?
38.
38. Okay, very good.
All right, this is the first full appearance of the Mercy sisters found on the cover here. They appear occasionally during Deadpool issues.
Like the Stepford Cuckoos.
Yeah.
But not.
All right, here they are again as the story continues. And these were written by Jimmy Palmiotti because you had a couple different writers take over. At this point, Joe Kelly left the book, and they're kind of flagging. Now, I picked a lot of these up from a guy that was an attorney that just said, hey, you want some comics? Yeah. And it filled a lot of holes. But one of them, it had some writing on it.
Oh, yeah. That's the video game cheat. Somebody
And
wrote on that Deadpool.
somebody wrote, it's a $50 Deadpool, too. Luckily, this one's in much nicer shape.
That one's cool.
Yeah, and the big thing was back in the day, you were going to have Garth Ennis doing Punisher. So Daniel Way was the artist.
Uh-huh.
And this was before they put him on the book. And then all the covers were being done by Tim Bradstreet and Bradstreet did this book.
Yep.
So that's why those blew up for a long time. And they're coming back down. But now that Deadpool has another movie that's probably going to come out by Disney, maybe rated R, maybe not. Now they try doing this new shit during this type of run where
it's like an homage to Barry Windsor Smith.
In fact, it is Barry Windsor Smith.
Oh, it's him doing himself? That's hilarious.
See, BWS right there. So with this particular run, they try and do the whole I think you might be able to see it there, the renumbering legacy. So they try and call it an issue 1 with 57 underneath. I don't have a 58. Jumps to 59. These are really hard to find issues during this particular run because it's maybe about 30,000 or under per run. And as it starts getting down towards 57, it becomes like 25, 24, 23,000. So they become really rare. Enough said issue. We wound up seeing an earlier enough said issue tonight from Ladies Run with the Kang. It was right when 9/11 happened, so they thought, let's do an issue totally silent, like Ghost or G.I. Joe 21. Funeral for a Freak.
So there was no dialogue in that whole issue?
In that one particular one? No, not any. Just like the one that Lady had with the Kang in it. This one's a recreation of the movie. And it's Udon. Udon did a lot of computer-generated Photoshop kind of stuff back in the day, which in that era, it wasn't really being done.
Yeah, that's like a direct homage to the Pieta.
Now, this next one here's a fun little cover. It shows all the different types of Deadpool having fun. But this one wound up being something I got for $3. This one's now blowing up. It's the first Black Swan. No one really cares about that, but it's the first Outlaw. That's Inez Temple, who wound up being in the subsequent title Soldier X. Miho is the guy that later becomes Soldier X, and they even take the same artist from this book here to start Soldier X. But this one here is now like a $50 book. This one has a print run of 29,403. Don't think I memorize any of this shit here, folks. This is all from my key collector that I'm looking at over on the side. This one's a nice little rhino cover. This one is also really scarce, hard to find. This is the Dazzler cover.
Yeah.
And after this, I think there's only 2 more issues, and it's the final issue. What?
Rob, do you know offhand, I'm going to test your memory here. I love the Rhino. I always thought he was the most underrated villain. And during the modern era, when I stopped collecting, there was a series where he was arrested. He had reform in his life. He paid his penance and then became a bit of a hero. Do you remember what run that was and because I'd love to get my hands on that series and read that.
I don't remember the run, but I do remember the time when Rhino was trying to go good. It was during the Straczynski period. So anytime after about issue 30 or so is when my memory starts actually going forward with Spider-Man. Everything else was going back to read because I wasn't really reading ASM up to that point. So from 30 on is really where my memory is. So later on during that volume 2, from 30 to about 50 or so, they had an appearance of the Rhino and he was trying to reform. But subsequent to that, I know that there was an arrest. He was trying to go good because he had his wife, he had a family to take care of. So he was trying to be a family man. But the exact run, hopefully somebody in the chat could let us know.
I'd appreciate it.
Here's that Taskmaster cover. It's the second to last issue. And with issue number, because of course this is Deadpool, you have to end it at a joke. Unfortunately, the joke is him. 69 dudes. And that's all I got to show tonight. Not going to give you a bunch of bangers. That was last week. This week is all about filling my holes and finishing
Yeah.
runs.
Well, as always, I had a great time with you guys. I just appreciate you hanging with me and letting me show my books. I thank everybody in the audience that came by and checked it out. Thanks so much for watching. And you fellas have anything you'd like to share with us?
No, you know what? Let me do next time if I'm on the show. I'll show all the new comics that I got last year, and you guys tell me what you think. Because again, I haven't collected in a quarter century. I totally started from scratch. Had no idea what I was doing, and so we'll start there, and you guys can educate me.
We'll judge you so harshly and be so mean
No.
with your comics.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Case, allow me to extend the invitation. This coming Wednesday is our community episode for Not Near Mint.
Oh, yeah.
Not Near Mint, everybody, as they know in the chat, is a little show that we do where we have guests on for the first half of the show and then show new comics. This week is going to be a community episode. Hopefully, Mac Comics will be appearing. Ace has set up a few other guests. So, Dan, we would love to have you on the show. If it's too quick of a warning, it's understood. But yeah, it's a community episode. Anyone can join.
Okay, I appreciate it. Let me see what I can do. My oldest daughter turns 30 on Thursday, so I'm sort of preparing for that. But I'd love to let me see how my schedule is.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, you're always welcome, man. All right. Well, I had a great time, guys. And everybody be safe. Hug the people you love and let them know you love them. And wipe your booties front to back.
Hug the things you love.